Fort Sumter, situated in Charleston Harbor, holds a special place in American history.
When you walk through the doors of Fort Sumter, it takes you back to 1861.
It's a chance to really get to see and experience some of the history that you might have learned about in school.
The textbooks all point to this spot as the site where one of the country's most monumental events began.
This place is where the Civil War started.
In the U.S., there are few occurrences as significant.
It was a time when either we were going to survive as a nation or we weren't.
Union soldiers occupied this space, and when the Confederates fired on them in April 1861, the larger fight was on.
34 hours of bombardment. Only 84 men defended this fortification at the time.
This was where the Civil War started, and 4 years later, in a way, things came full circle.
This is where the American flag was re-raised over Fort Sumter as sort of a closure to the war.
Some of the cannons that were used to defend Fort Sumter during the Civil War are still in place.
It's really a chance to experience history up close and personal.
The fort is best known for what happened in the 1860s, but it was part of the coastal defense system as recently as World War II. A new structure was added on the inside in 1898.
After the Civil War, all of this became obsolete. So then we started building these concrete batteries.
A little over a mile away, Fort Moultrie is older than Fort Sumter and also a part of the National Monument. It was another key component of Charleston's defense.
Fort Moultrie is very worth visiting to get really both sides of the harbor defense.
The Charles Pinckney National Historic Site is also worth a visit when in the Charleston area. Pinckney was one of the framers of the Constitution.
He was a very important politician in his time for the state of South Carolina.
Often national parks are thought of as places of natural beauty, but the service concentrates just as much on sites of historical significance.
These sites that are historical sites, you're absolutely right. They have a lot to offer people.
It's very important to help preserve and protect it for future generations.
I'm Richard Green, taking you around Carolina.